Class, hope you're doing well. Today's topic will be the defeat of the Spanish Armada. It takes place in 1588. Now, 1588 was supposed to be a critical year. There was two lunar eclipses. There was a solar eclipse. Another prophetic sign was there was this rock they found that apparently prophesied that empires would fall in that year. Some people thought it was Merlin who made that prophecy. This was the year things were supposed to come to head, and they do with the attack of the Spanish Armada. So why does the attack take place? Why does Spain attack England? Why does Philip II attack Elizabeth I? Let's look at some causes very quickly today. So, number one, Protestantism. Now, Philip II is very Catholic, and he feels honor bound to defend Catholicism, while Elizabeth I in London is very Protestant, and her father began the Church of England. Her father's Henry VIII. He starts the Church of England, and then Queen Elizabeth is the one who sets it up and gives it its Protestant beliefs and the Protestant rituals and routines. Now, if you're Philip II, he feels like it is his duty to stop the plague of Protestantism, and that includes attacking the island country of England. So that's number one, Protestantism. Number two, possessions. This has to do with exploration in the New World. Now, Spain feels like all of the New World, except for a little sliver that belongs to Portugal, is their territory because of this old treaty from 1494, a couple years after Columbus's trip, from the Pope. It's called the Treaty of Tordesillas. The Pope draws a line and he says everything in the west here belongs to Spain. Now, England doesn't listen to the Pope. They're Protestants, so they go over and they're trying to set up colonies. And in 1585, they set up the first colony of Roanoke. It doesn't work, so they try it again in 1587, and that's when the colonists disappear. You probably heard the story. All that's left is just a tree that says Croatoan, and that's the establishment of Roanoke. And if you're Spain, you say, listen, you're violating the Pope's treaty. You're violating our territory. You're stealing our own possessions. Those New World possessions, North and South America, that belongs to us. So you have the issue of possessions. You also have the issue of privateering. Privateering is pretty much state-sanctioned piracy. And Queen Elizabeth said, hey, listen, you can go pirate whoever you want in the Atlantic if you attack Spain. So all sorts of brave adventurers go out there and attack Spain and steal all of their gold that they've been conquering for, and they're bringing from the New World back to Spain. And as those privateers damage Spanish shipping, Philip II is only getting more and more wroth and livid. Now, lastly, this is just a personal vendetta. Philip II just dislikes Elizabeth I. Now, you got to remember, Philip II was married to Elizabeth I's half-sister. I know this is getting a little complicated, but think about it. So Elizabeth I, her half-sister, is Mary I, and she's very Catholic. Her nickname in history is Bloody Mary because she killed so many Protestants, and that's Philip's late wife, and Mary and Elizabeth didn't get along, and now, Philip feels like it's just his duty to take out Queen Elizabeth for all of these things and to take out the island country of England. So he makes his attack. Takes 150 ships, very large Spanish galleons, to attack the island country of England. His goal is to go to Calais. There's a little city here called Calais. This is the closest point between England and the rest of Europe on the English Channel. Load up with soldiers and then attack. Elizabeth, when she hears of the attack coming, she gives a very famous speech to rally the people together. They're going to use merchant ships. They're going to use everything they possibly can to try to defend against the Spanish Armada. Sir Francis Drake, one of her favorite privateers, she has commissioned him to attack the Armada. Now, Drake's going to do some good things. He's going to use his advantage as well. His ships are faster, so they can kind of stay away from the Spanish, and their cannons aren't as large. They shoot a smaller projectile, but it has greater distance. So he can kind of stay just out of range and start to pepper those Spanish ships and continue to be a nuisance. When those Spanish ships line up to load up at the port city of Calais, that night, Sir Francis Drake, with the wind at his back, takes 8 of his ships, loads them with flammables, lights them on fire, and sends 8 fire ships into the Spanish Armada. Now, those Spanish ships are lined up like ducks in a row. When they see the fire ships coming, they cut anchor and try to maneuver, but they're slow and they're clumsy and they run into each other, and the fire ships run into them, and they hit powder kegs and they hit munitions areas, and things go boom and light up, and most of the English Channel is on fire. For those ships that escape, that cut anchor and escape, they try to escape. Those Spanish ships try to escape from the North Sea. They try to go around England. And here's where England gets lucky too. You ready for this? There's a terrible storm that is all through this area as those Spanish ships try to return to Spain by going around the British Isles. And as they go around, they're going to crash. There's a lot of islands. There's a lot of rocks that a ship could run into, plus the storm and not being able to control the winds and see very good. Man, a lot of these ships crash. Okay, less than half of them returned to Spain. And somehow, England has defeated the Spanish Armada and changed the power balance in Europe from then on. So thanks so much for listening. Hope you have a great one.